Emily Wilson, one of the translators of the Odyssey, had one of the most interesting critiques to say about Christopher Nolan's adaptation, especially since he went on record saying that her translation and its introduction were a big inspiration for his take on Odysseus. And I think the disagreement between the two has something bigger to say about adaptation as a whole. In her introduction to the Odyssey, Wilson argues that Homer's poem has been misunderstood as a simple hero's journey. A brilliant warrior battles monsters, overcomes obstacles, and then eventually makes the journey home. But she argues that interpretation misses what makes the Odyssey so enduring. Odysseus isn't compelling because he's the perfect hero. He's compelling because he's deeply contradictory. He's intelligent but manipulative. He's courageous but often exhibits cruelty. He longs for home, but the experience that shape him change him from the person that he used to be. Wilson's translation emphasizes that the Odyssey isn't just a story about adventure. It's about the aftermath of violence, what war does to people, and about whether people can actually go back to the life they left behind. And this is where her criticism of Nolan's adaptation becomes so interesting. Her argument isn't that the film should have been more faithful. Adaptations are supposed to reimagine their source material. The question that she's asking is what parts of the original story are essential in an adaptation. Because if you transform the Odyssey into a story about spectacle, conquest, and a legendary hero, you risk losing the uncomfortable moral complexity that made Homer's poem survive for nearly 3,000 years. The real difficulty in adapting ancient literature isn't about recreating the world that it was made from, but dissecting what the original questions that drove the story were. Because if you lose those, then the story doesn't feel like it lives up to the original source material. Shut up! Get out! Minecraft!